I just made my favorite thing that I've ever made in all of my like 40 something years, almost 50 years of sewing. I cannot believe how excited I am about this one thing. I had so much fun the last couple of weeks just working here and there on this project, and I am so pleased with how it turned out. I can't wait to share it with you. Okay, in March, I went to the Sacramento Fabric and Quilt Show. And while I was there looking at this beautiful fabric, I met this woman, and what a lovely soul she was. I turned around, and when I was talking to her, I looked down at her bag she was carrying, and it was gorgeous. I was like, wow, where did you get your bag? Did you make that? And she said, yeah, I made it, and I make bags and sell them. And we got to talking, and she shared the pattern with me. Her bag was a pattern from Kandou Patterns on Etsy, and I went in there and bought one of their patterns, and I have been working for the last couple of weeks on this gorgeous, gorgeous bag, which is, I'm so excited to share this with you. I've been dying to get it done just so I could share it with you. Anyway, it's been so fun to make, and I've just been dying over it. I'm obsessing over it. It's great. So this is the Retro-Tec Sling Bag slash backpack, because it has the option to be a sling bag or a backpack. I chose to make the sling bag because I tend to like to wear my bags crossbody, and I made the front of it. This is called Heart-Led Life by Kelly Ray Roberts. This fabric is, I got this fabric at the home show. This bag has this hidden zipper in the front, so you can put all your handy dandy wallet or whatever things you want to have, your earbuds, right easy for you to grab. And then it has this hidden little flap. I love that you can take a piece of graphic fabric and you cut it out whole, but then you end up splitting it on a line, and your zipper goes in there so that your fabric has a continuation. Let's see, it has this little clasp at the top, and when you open it, here inside, you have a big pocket, and like I added a pocket. I actually used a pair of jeans, women's jeans that I got for $1, brand new, and that's what the white is on my bag, women's jeans. I use the waistband for the loops. Waistband right here from my jeans. I pulled the zipper and used that for this zip spot. And so this comes with the option to make a backpack. If you make a backpack right here, you don't have just one strap, but two that can hook to each side. It's very easy to modify. Also, you added a little belt loop right here so I could hook my keys. This bag does have another hook here for hooking anything you want to your back strap. I added this cute little detail, Hello Gorgeous, to my strap to remind me. What I love about this fabric is that it has sayings. May you remember your roots by always, always trusting your wings. Something beautiful, something bigger, something deeply profound, astonishing good. Silence the noise, rest, restore, energy, softer. It's all little things to remind you. And right here on the top strap, it says, I am worthy. Now, wait till you see inside. I had so much fun picking the fabrics. For a while, I just couldn't even decide what I was going to do. Right here, I used this Tula Pink stripe inside. I added this little tag that says made by unicorns. Of course, there is this, obviously, a zipper spot here as well. All the zipper areas are very roomy. And then I fussy cut my pocket for inside with another one of those gorgeous ladies from my fabric. This side of the bag let me see if I can show you, has the padded pocket for your computer. Now, this bag is listed as intermediate or advanced. I would say it is definitely an advanced pattern. In rating this pattern, I give it a 5-star because this pattern is very, very, very well explained. Everything is marked out, and you know, sometimes you make those marks but things don't line up. This pattern lines up. Everything was precise. What skills you need to have for this pattern are, you need to be able to sew multiple layers of batting and interfacing foam, denim, strapping. Your machine needs to be able to do that, and you need to have experience in doing that in a curve because you're going to be sewing this curve and it can get kind of thick, especially when you're passing through where the zippers go and where strapping goes. It's got fusible foam, fusible fleece, and fusible interfacing. This bag has 4 zippers, and then of course you need to have the ability to be able to follow instructions for strapping and those kinds of things. Let's see. What I loved about this pattern is that she has this lovely cutting guide. There are multiple pieces of the pattern, and one piece of pattern can be cut out into multiple things, a lining, an outer piece, a foam piece, and an interfacing. And you need to be able to keep track of what all those are. So she has the 2 pages of these lovely little tags that you cut out that you can tape to your pattern pieces so you don't lose track of what you've got going on. Now, one of the other things that you really need to be able to do in making this pattern, have experience with bias binding. You will be bias binding all of your inside seams. I don't know if you can see that. That's the zipper. And then here is my bias. All around my whole inside of my bag is bias binding. I don't know if you can see, but you need to be able to do that. Now, I sewed my bias binding to my seam on one side, flipped it, and hand sewed it all the way around because I really wanted everything to be very precise inside my bag. And I don't like to have to be wondering while I'm sewing if I'm going to be making mistakes. While I was at the fabric and quilt show in Sacramento, I got something called Binding Easy. And I'll tell you what, you need this tool. If you like to sew and you like to use bias binding, you need this tool. This is a silicone mat that your iron just sets on. You can use it in between making binding. It just can set on it. But your iron sets on this while you're making your binding. So you cut your binding strips. I cut 1 3/4 inch strips on the angle and attach them together on the angle. There's instructions on YouTube on how to do that. And then I folded them in half the first time and fed it through here with my iron on. And I'll pop some video up in here and show you what I did. And then sent it back through again, folded into my bias binding. Now, very easy to do. It feeds through very easily, and you just leave your iron sitting there the whole time. As you pull, fold and pull, fold and pull. It's very fast and it works so well. I got this at the show. I think it was close to $40. It is put out by quilthearts.com, and I will link it below. But definitely something you might want to add to your sewing room or sewing stash, whatever, your sewing tools. It's a definite winner chicken dinner. Now, I did do a little quilting, quote unquote quilting, of my fabric here because I wanted these little pieces to pop out. I just went around some of the detail here, and that was just what I did on my own. I love this bag. I'm so proud of it. I'm so pleased with it. I'm going to start carrying it, and I will love using it.
Frozen to the sky, the summer was alive. Baby, don't be sorry for